Hearty welcome to our channel Neon Forge. Happy morning. Our seventh day tour of Europe. We had only bus journey for whole day. Yes, we left from Paris around 9 in the morning for Zurich, Switzerland. The average journey time by luxury bus between Paris and Zurich is 7 hours, and the distance between them is 655 kilometers. On the way near Mulhouse city outskirts, we stopped our bus for lunch around 1:30 p.m. A van which brought our lunch was waiting for us in the tourist lay-by area in Mulhouse city. The place is large, clean and very beautiful, and also covered by full of tall alpine and fir trees. The granite benches and tables were permanently fixed here and there for taking lunch and dinner. Lemon rice and curd rice parcels along with chips and pickles were distributed to us. The organizers have well arranged in an excellent manner. We comfortably sat in groups in the place and ate by seeing the wonderful scenery. Then by 2:30 p.m. we left for Zurich. While traveling in the bus, we had seen well-trimmed and beautiful meadow, the farmhouses, agricultural lands, and some famous factories and industries throughout our journey. While nearing Zurich, we have seen the marvelous scenic foot of Swiss Alps mountain. Paris to Zurich is really much more enjoyable, even though we have traveled such a long distance of 650 kilometers. Near 7 o'clock in the evening, we reached Zurich. Accommodation is arranged there for 2 nights. Zurich is a global upmarket banking and financial capital of Switzerland, and it lies at the north end of Lake Zurich in northern Switzerland. Zurich is famous for luxurious lifestyles, high-end shopping, and fancy chocolates. However, despite its expense and extravagance, it is ranked as one of the best cities to live in the world. It is a historical and efficacious city in Swiss. It is almost expensive city in the world. Zurich never sleeps. Tourists and guests can visit all kinds of events at any time, the day and night, whether an exhibition, film festival, a trade fair, concerts, markets, or a live show. It is a multifaceted city. There are museums for kids, churches, hotels, restaurants, and shopping malls in Zurich. Next day morning at 8:30, we left for Engelberg from Zurich and reached there at 9:30 in the morning. The distance to Engelberg from Zurich is 86 kilometers only, and it was an hour journey. Engelberg is an alpine town in central Switzerland. It is known for skiing and alpine trails on Mount Titlis and Engelberg Abbey. Our bus was parked in the Titlisville station. From the base of Engelberg, Titlis cable car rail station is just a few minutes walkable distance. While walking towards cable car rail station, we have seen the wonderful scenic Titlis lake, where tourists are simply enjoying leisurely and in paddling the boats across the lake. After reaching rail station, we boarded in the 8-seater cable car. The 8-seater Titlis Express cable car will transport tourists all the way up from Engelberg to Strand Station. Tourists can hop on or off at Drupsy Middle Station. The cable Kontala Titleist Express leads up to the intermediate station. It just takes 15 to 20 minutes time to reach the middle stand station. While going up in the 8-seater cable car, we have seen Titleist Lake, Cable Car Well Station, Angelberg City, rocks, and the beautiful views of mountain. It is really a comfy ride. We have got down from the cable car in the Drupsy Middle Station, where we can hop on or off. In the middle station also, we can see the spectacular views of Titleist mountain, rocks, and snow-covered areas. Then we can take Titleist Rotair cable car, and it will take tourists to the final summit station. This is the second stage of our journey towards the top of the Titleist. The Titleist Rotair cable car rotates its way up towards the snow-covered summit of Titleist. Titleist Rotair, the world's first revolving aerial cableway that continues all the way to top. The world's first revolving cable car transports us from the middle station at stand up to the summit station at 3020 meters, that is 10,000 feet above sea level. The most important and splendid feature is that it revolves 360 degrees during the 5-minute trip to the summit station of Mount Titleist. We have seen all along the panoramic views of steep rock faces, deep crevasses, distant snow-covered mountain peaks and glaciers during this 5-minute trip from the revolving cable car. After heading down from the Titleist Rotair in the summit station, we have to move to the top of the Mount Titleist by using a lift. Using the lift, finally, we reach the top of the Mount Titleist. The journey from the Angelberg to Titleist mountain station takes around 30 minutes only. Titleist is a mountain of the Uri Alps, located on the border between the cantons of Affoltern and Bern. Of all the highlights in the central Switzerland, Titleist is the big one and the only glacier in the entire region that is actually accessible to all. The top of the Titleist is a winter wonderland. It is really a special and stunning place that has a lot to offer, like incredible views, thrilling experiences, and a big variety of activities throughout the year. The top of the Titleist is 3,238 meters above sea level. The snow and ice in the Mount Titleist is eternal. The top lift station is a big one where shops and restaurants are there. While entering the iron bridge from the top lift station, there is a big signboard directing us that Ice Flyer and Cliff Walk is about 250 steps. At the end of the small narrow iron bridge, we found that the entire area is fully covered with snow. Mount Titleist is a year-round winter wonderland. We experience a real wonder in Mount Titleist. We have also seen slopes of snow-covered legendary Mount Titleist. When we are in the snow-covered area and about to enter the ice flyer area, we are struck on it because of sudden snowfall and heavy fog. We are unable to see even our group members who are very near to us. So we did not move further and waited for 15 minutes till the fog clears. Then we have to go on a very slow and steady ride while walking in the snow to enter the ice flyer since it is very slippery. There is a signboard in the middle of the snow-covered area directing us to use right side for ice flyer and grip off and left side for snowboard and skiing and snowboarding. After showing tickets in the ice flyer entrance counter, we entered the boarding area of ice flyer. Ice flyer is a ride in Mount Italies to go for ice slides. The flyer can accommodate 6 people at a time. It is completely safe as it runs at slow speed. The last part of the cable car is the ice flyer chairlift, which sweeps us smoothly and safely over grips, virgin snowfields, and icy depths of the glacier. All the way from the ice flyer, we have seen the fantastic ski slopes, crevasses, which are up to 20 meters deep, and the glacier bark. Very few tourists are seen in the glacier bark, practicing winter walking, skiing. Tourists literally fly over the Titlis Glacier, which is of high attraction. It is a heaven-like exhilarating experience and a lifetime memorable one for us. Next one is the Titlis Cliff Walk, which is a pedestrian bridge along the cliff of Mount Titlis in the Swiss Alps. Built at around 3041 meters above sea level, it is believed to be the highest elevation suspension bridge in Europe. The bridge spans a distance of around 100 meters, but it is just 1 meter wide. It was opened on 7th December 2012. On a clear day, tourists are able to see the glacier 460 meters below and also Uri Alps and parts of Italy. It was designed to withstand winds that reach over 190 kilometers per hour as well as significant snowfall. The bridge is 100% safe. It is a narrow suspension bridge. It has become a significant tourist attraction. We have an exhilarating experience while we are walking in the suspension bridge. Such a wonderful suspension bridge it is. Next and final one in the Mount Italies is Glacier Cave. It is bathed in a dim turquoise blue light. The air is so cold, and when we breathe in the glacier cave, tiny white clouds appear. This glacier cave forms the frosty heart of Titlis Mountain. The ice here is up to 5,000 years old. It is a magical world of ice in Titlis. The cave's 150 meters long walkway descends 10 meters below the surface of glacier. Exploring the glacier cave is a cool experience. The temperature inside the cave remains a frosty minus 1.5 centigrade. The cave is easily accessed via a corridor from level 1 of the Titlis Mountain station. It is only snow. It is an ice art work. Walking on ice through the tunnel is very marvelous and exhilarating. It is also thrilling and exciting for all. Very beautiful art is found inside the glacier cave. It is excellently lighted. We have got a very great experience while walking in the ice cave, and we have ever seen before such an ice cave. In the summit station, they have arranged an excellent lunch also for us. By seeing wonderful snow in one side and beautiful mountain in other side, from the hotel we took lunch. After that, we left to see wooden bridge in Lausanne. Lausanne, a compact city in Switzerland, known for its preserved medieval architecture and sits amid snow-capped mountains on Lake Lucerne. Lausanne is best known for the wooden bridge spanning the river to connect the city. The most famous and world's oldest one is the Chapel Bridge, dating back to 14th century. The city is truly the heart of Switzerland. It ranks amongst one of its sign jewels. Major Swiss companies are housed in Lausanne. The beautiful water body Lake Lausanne holds pride of place in the middle of the town. It means a circle of light. It is a city in central Switzerland and most popular one. The city hosts various renowned festivals throughout the year. The classical music takes place in summer and it holds different folklore festivals. The Kapellbruch, which is literally Chapel Bridge, is a covered footbridge spanning the river Reuss diagonally in the city of Lausanne in central Switzerland. It was built in the 14th century. Named after the nearby St. Peter's Chapel, the bridge is unique in containing a number of interior and historic paintings dating back to the 17th century, although many of them were destroyed along with a larger part of the centuries-old bridge in a 1993 fire. Subsequently restored, the Chapel Bridge is the oldest wooden covered bridge in Europe as well as the world's oldest surviving truss bridge. It serves as a city symbol and as one of the Switzerland's main tourist attractions. This is also one of the iconic landmarks in Lausanne. The ancient artwork displays scenes from Lausanne's past. Explanations are very clearly written beneath each painting. There is a tower beside the bridge and that is used to be a prison but not open for public. Really, it is worth visiting and we have to appreciate the original paintings in the wooden bridge. Next we have visited is the Lion Monument or the Lion of Lausanne, which is a rock relief in Lausanne, Switzerland. It was designed by Danish sculptor Pertl. The Lion Monument is a giant, sad, dying lion carved out of a wall of sandstone rock above a pond. The cliff face monument measures 10 meters in length and 6 meters in height. It commemorates the mercenary Swiss guards from central Switzerland who were massacred and lost their lives in 1792 during the French Revolution. It is one of the most famous monuments in Switzerland. It is visited annually by about 1.4 million tourists. In 2006, it was placed under Swiss Monument Protection. The famous American writer Mark Twain praised the sculpture of a mortally wounded lion as the most mournful and moving piece of stone in the world. It is a beautifully sculptured rock monument which we saw in Lausanne. Then, after finishing shopping and dinner, we left for our hotel. Milan, Italy is our next program. Thank you for watching this video in our channel Neon Forge. Okay, bye.